I want to thank everybody for joining the call tonight. It is Tuesday, June 16th. I had to look at the clock. And so this is a training that Alexis is going to do for our team for the social media. And Alexis is a superstar, rock star on our team that made it to NMD in 18 months. Is that correct, Alexis?
Yes.
18 months. And she did a lot of that with nursing her second child, pregnant with her third child, had her baby right before she walked the stage. So if we want to talk about crazy life and juggling a lot and still be able to make it to the top, she is Superwoman, amazing, and inspires all of us every day. So I wanted to thank her, first of all, for being on our call tonight and for spreading her wisdom to just other teams. She is very gracious with her time and her knowledge. So thank you, Alexis. And I will let you tell your story more and then let you take it away with nuggets that you have on how you've been so successful using social media as a platform.
Okay. Thank you, Jennifer. So just to kind of get you guys started, my story actually began a long time ago. I was a child on the health study, so my family got started 18 years ago. So I was 12 years old when my family started Juice Plus. We loved it. We saw a lot of the health changes that you hear about, and we knew that it was something we would take forever. When my husband and I met 10 years ago, I told him, I'm like, you have to take this. It's just fruits and vegetables, and you're going to take it. And we really didn't understand the impact that it could have on our health, but I knew there was science, I knew there was research, and I knew that someday we would have babies and we want those babies to be super healthy. And so it was really our kids where our story really began, I feel like, because I noticed and people started commenting on the health of our children. So my oldest is 5, and then I have a 2-year-old and I have a 9-month-old now. And my people are always commenting on the health of my kiddos, just asking about what we were doing to stay healthy, how we lived in South Texas and didn't have any allergies, how they had never had a sick visit to the doctor. It was just really, really incredible. And I just kept going back and thinking, well, I'm sure Juice Plus is making a big impact. You know, it was my prenatal when I was pregnant. It was my postnatal nutrition. And it was just really, really awesome. But at the time, I will tell you, I graduated from college. I had a great job. I was working in advertising and marketing. I was worked for a high-powered advertising agency, and I loved it, y'all. I absolutely loved it. And it was really, really a good fit for me because when my daughter was born, my oldest, I told him that I really wanted to be home. And they told me that I could just work from home. So here I was working this big corporate job, making this great income, and I was home. And I didn't really think I needed, first of all, I didn't need the Juice Plus business. And second of all, I didn't think there was anything it could offer me that I didn't already have. I mean, I had a flexible schedule, I was home. But what I soon realized when my second baby was born was that life is a little bit more hectic. And being confined to my computer 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, was getting harder. I was wanting to be at the library and doing these different things, and I just was really restricted. I was definitely working for somebody else. And not only that, I was trading my hours for my dollars. And that just became really evident, and I realized something was going to have to change. And so when this business was introduced to me just 2 years ago this month, so if you guys are feeling kind of new, just know that my business started 2 years ago, 24 months ago. I was brand new to this business, and I knew right away that this product could really, really impact people's lives and the health of their families, the health of their children. And I was committed to doing that. I did not understand the impact that this business could have on my family, our finances, and the freedoms that it would be able to provide for us. And so it's been an amazing journey for me so far. And social media has definitely been a part of that. I am 30 years old. So just so you guys have a time frame, I would say I mostly use like Facebook, Instagram. I don't have Snapchat or Twitter, but those are really cool. TikTok, there's all kinds of different platforms you can use. But what I would tell you when it comes to social media is the biggest thing is having a presence. So I know we were kind of talking earlier, is like, you just got to carve out time to just do it. Like you just gotta do it. You just gotta make sure that you're posting. And I really use it as an educational platform. You know, there's plenty of stuff out there about Juice Plus. What people want to hear is how it impacts us. Like, who are we? And so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with you guys just so you can get, oh, Jennifer, you've disabled screen sharing. Can you enable me? So I'm going to share my screen with you guys in just a minute when Jennifer gets me all set up here. And I want to share with you just a little bit of who I am. Like when you come to my page, like what do you see? Okay, perfect. So I am, hold on here, share. Okay, so this is my Facebook page. It looks very similar to my Instagram. And this is my family. My profile picture is my family. I have my 3 young children. This is my family at a wedding this weekend. This is my family cooking breakfast Saturday morning. This is my youngest drinking a smoothie. Us out on walks. And then here's a post about Juice Plus. So let's just talk a little bit about this post. So first of all, I'm talking about kids getting it for free because free is really attractive. I'm using some great graphics, you know, close-ups of our products. But I don't necessarily say Juice Plus. Like if somebody didn't know, they would have to ask me. So there's a bunch of comments, like this one asked for details. The goal of this post is to take a conversation and move it to a private message. We don't want to be conversating on our Facebook page. We want everything to create a conversation in our private messaging. So again, this is a teammate of mine, lots of different posts about my family. That's who I am on social media, is my kids, our lifestyle. We love being outdoors. And then every once in a while, here you go. Here's a post. It's not, and again, this says nothing about Juice Plus, but it's talking about my health journey postpartum, my health journey with my pregnancy with my third, the Shred 10 program. And if you go to the Shred 10 website, I don't know if you guys know too much about the Shred 10. It's basically a program that involves our Juice Plus products. It's going to direct you back to the person who invited you. Talks about inflammation, low energy, all things that we know benefit from Juice Plus. And then there were a bunch of people who commented. And I was able to take those comments into a private message, talk with people about what this journey has looked like for me and to see if it interests them. And so what I wanted to share with you guys right there is nobody wants to see Juice Plus, Juice Plus, Juice Plus, Juice Plus, Juice Plus all over your page. They want to see you. They want to see who you are. They want to see what you enjoy, what are your hobbies, and then they want to see how this is weaved into your life. So like my cute 9-month-old son, like sucking down this smoothie, like this video of him just being so excited about it, said nothing about Juice Plus whatsoever. But people know that they're, you know, they make that connection. And so this is, what I'm going to tell you guys is what I teach my brand new teammates, because I don't know how new you guys are, but for some of you who are listening into this recording, or for those of you who sign a new partner tomorrow, this is the advice that I always give them, is you want to create curiosity. You don't want people to know what it is we're talking about. And there's so many ways that we can do that without saying Juice Plus. And so I'm going to send this resource to Jennifer after we get off this call, but I'm going to share one more thing with you guys that just kind of gives you some ideas. So you guys have this, and this is just a Word document right here. And this just is full of ideas that does not say Juice Plus. So if there was a pill or a soft chew proven to be absorbed by the human body, and this is what it did: protects your DNA, supports cardiovascular wellness, and then again, posting an image that does not say Juice Plus. They have no idea what this is if they're looking at it. Here's another one. If you guys have kiddos, involving them, overwhelming the scientific evidence that plant-based nutrition from fruits and vegetables helps support the immune system. So just different ways that we can create curiosity. This one, I did post this one with a different image, and this got really, really good response, because this is caring. You know, I don't ever want someone to say to me, you knew about this and you didn't tell me. You knew it could possibly have an impact on my family and my family's health, but you were too nervous to tell me about it. Why didn't you tell me about this sooner? Like this, it really, you know, you think about that and you're like, man, I would never want someone to say that. And so this really resonated with me when I saw it. And so there's going to be a lot of post options that you guys have. But that's what I would tell you. Again, there's dozens of, on there, dozens of different post ideas. I'm going to send those to Jennifer so she has them. But that's a really great place to start. Eventually you're going to get to a point where you are at in your business, and you may post something about Juice Plus specifically every once in a while, but again, you never want it to just be like something that you're doing every day. You just really want it to be weaved in. Also, if you guys utilize your stories, I don't know if you guys use your stories at all, but that is an awesome, awesome way. And my goal is to somehow get something about Juice Plus or my business into my story every day. So it's like picture of my kid, picture of my meal, picture of my workout at the gym, picture of all these different things that I'm creating content of. And then there's my tower garden and my salad that I made for lunch from my tower. And so it's just like a way that I can kind of like weave it in there, because it truly is like part of my lifestyle. And so I'll definitely tell you guys that. And what I have learned is that people are watching. They see you. They may not comment on your post, they may not like your post, but they see you. So being consistent is really important. If you go through my post, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, Alexis, she's got tons of people who like her post, tons of people who comment. Well, yeah, I do now, because I'm a national marketing director and I've been doing this for 2 years, and everybody in the Juice Plus community wants to follow me and wants to comment, but I didn't in the beginning. And my teammates, they don't have a lot. That does not mean people don't see it. And for those of you who are part of this and you're bringing on leaders, you know, you're signing up partners, you're helping people start their business. What I can tell you is that they are watching you and they are being educated by what you share as well. So I personally have had a major interest in the omegas and what they have been doing for people's health. We just had our first study roll out, what the plant-based omega can do. I've been posting about that quite a bit. What I have found is when I go through in my virtual office and look at orders from my teammates, I'm seeing many of my teammates adding that to their order. So while I'm not directly out there selling it to customers, I am educating. And because of that, people that are associated with me, my teammates, my customers, they are choosing to add to their order because they are becoming more educated. So just know that it's really about just providing education and being a resource for people, because what happens is someday they're going to think, I need that, what she has, or I wonder if my kid can get it for free. And you want them to think about you because you're consistent and you post a couple times, you know, about Juice Plus a couple times a month, not the person who posted about it 1 or 2 times, didn't get any comments, and so therefore hasn't posted on social media in 3 months about Juice Plus. So you want to be consistent is really the biggest thing. So that is kind of my fast and furious. Jennifer, please jump in to let me know if there's anything specific you would like me to address in there.
No, actually, that was fabulous. Appreciate all the information. Does anybody have any questions while we've got her on the Zoom call? Any specifics?
Sarah has a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, go ahead, Sarah.
Go, Sarah, go, and then we'll have Kristen go.
Okay, thank you. Well, lately we've been encountering with some people who are like somewhat aggressive, you know, and they just say like false information they found on the media regarding Juice Plus. Like they say that, For example, yesterday one person was telling us that she found out that they had some trouble at the beginning and in 19 I don't know what, and that the company had to change the name, and so they come up with things that we are not prepared right now, like on how to defend because they find it on the social media. So what is your advice for that?
Okay, so what I do when someone says something like that, first of all, sometimes it's not true. And the last thing you want to do is be like, oh, you're wrong. Like, that's not true. So I usually just say, oh, you know what? That's really interesting that you found that. You can really find anything you want on the internet. There's a lot of information that's out there. Not all the sources are reputable. What I can tell you is that our family takes Juice Plus because of the science and the research. There's scientific medical journals that have documented, and just going back to what we do have, that we have scientific medical journals. It is just food. And I usually just say, even sometimes some of the things they come across that are like really blatantly not true, I'll just be like, I'm really sorry that you read that and it's just inaccurate. And that, that was something that you've been presented with. I am here if you're open to having a discussion about that. I would really love to just be able to educate you, on what our company is or what they have to offer. So the biggest thing is you don't want to get in a pissing match with somebody. You don't want to tell them they're wrong. You don't want to get super defensive. I learned that from my previous career in advertising and marketing is you want to be real subtle and just say, that's really interesting. Here's another perspective, and then go really into the science-based. All right, Christian, I think you had a question too.
I did, yeah. So, because I noticed when you're showing your profile, you kind of had you would have your family stuff on there, and then you would have your Juice Plus post on there. Would you recommend it that style, or would it also be better in a way to maybe create a separate account that kind of revolves more around that? Or
so what I'll tell you is I created a second account when I got started, because my issue was all of my posts have pictures of my kids. So all of my posts are private. If you go to my page right now, we're not friends. You won't be able to see a lot of my stuff because it has pictures of my kids. Okay. And I was like, well, I'm not going to be able to sell Juice Plus to anybody. I'm only going to be able to sell Juice Plus to my family and my friends because all my stuff is private. So I created there was a business page. Again, that was my background. I came from advertising, digital world. I was totally prepared to do this. And it just became a lot of work. I mean, we were just talking in the beginning, how much work is it just to post on your social media? Well, Now I'm trying to post on my social media that doesn't have pictures of my kids, that's educational, that's engaging, because it's a business page, so people have to engage to see it. Now I'm trying to create content for my personal page, and then I have all my customers, and I'm trying to help them, and then so I have all this stuff, and it just became a lot. And then I realized that the story that I was telling on that business page that I had wasn't really my whole story. Because my story is really about my kids. It's my kids drinking that smoothie that they love. It's about my kids being in the wagon, during the middle of the day because my business has created that freedom. And I just kind of abandoned that and just said, you know what? I think I need to go and just stick in my lane. And you can adjust the privacy settings. And you guys can go on my Facebook page after this call. You can take a look. And what you'll see is there are some posts that are public. Probably none of them with my children in them, but you will see some posts that are public. And then if you friend request me and then go back to my page, now you're going to see a lot more content. You're going to see all those pictures of my cute kids. You're going to be able to follow my stories. You're going to see a lot more information on who I am. And I'll tell you guys, I made it all the way to National Marketing Director with a super private profile. So don't feel like you got to be out there in the public, blasting everything to be successful at this. My Instagram is still private. I have very few followers. It's just really a way for me to keep up with my family and my friends. So. Okay.
And then you would prefer the more platforms you have on the different social medias, the better?
I say that's up to you, kind of depending on how old you are. I will tell you, I don't do Twitter, Snapchat, but my younger siblings do. I actually
Okay.
connect my Instagram and my Facebook. They're connected. So anytime I post on Instagram, it just automatically goes to Facebook. Every time I
Okay.
post a story, it just automatically goes. So that's easy for me. Young mom, 3 kids. I have different people on both platforms. Some people follow me on both. But
Okay.
simplicity.
Now, Alexis, are you okay if they send you friend requests and just kind of monitor your page so they can kind of see how you're doing it and help them create their page?
Yes, absolutely. I am friends with a lot of people in the Juice Plus community. And I love it because every one of those posts that I showed you, guess what? I didn't write a single one of those. I was able to get that from somebody in our community. I've compiled them. So I know Susie mentioned earlier, well, do I just need to like do this every day? So what I'll tell you is I find those really good posts and I just store them in my notes. And then after I post a few good pictures of my kids, I'm like, oh, I posted like 3 pictures of my kids. Now I can post something about Juice Plus. And then I'll post it. And so I just store it there. And even like that picture of the wedding that we went to this weekend, I waited till Monday to go ahead and post that because I've noticed most of my friends and followers aren't as active on the weekends as they are during the week. And so I waited till Monday morning, posted the picture of our wedding from that weekend that we went to. And so just know that you have complete control over that. You can I store it in my notes, just whatever the content is. When it's a good time to post it, I'll just stick it up there.
And I want to point out that on the Freedom Revolution, there are all sorts of different graphics and suggestions. There's a whole social media section on there that will give you suggestions of posts, give you the graphics that you can just copy and paste and put them on. And then of course, Alexis will give us that file that she mentioned. So all sorts of different areas. I can't create a post on my own, but I'll do the same thing. I'll copy other people's and then redo it.
Yes, and that's totally acceptable in our community, guys. I will tell you, copy and paste is going to get you a better response than sharing. Like, you can share something that I posted, I guarantee you, but ain't none of your friends going to like it. They're going to be like, oh, that's someone I don't know. I don't know what they posted about. But if you copy and paste it and post a picture of your family instead of my family, use the same verbiage, adjust it a little bit, people will be attracted to that. And that's totally acceptable to do in our community. People do it all the time.
All right.
I
Go ahead,
have
Sarah.
a question. Like once they send a message via box, like, do you invite them to a presentation or?
So it kind of depends on what type of information I'm presenting to them, but usually as soon as I get them drawn in to a message, I want to ask a question. I want to just find out a little bit more. So do they have kids that are 4 to 18? Because if they do, I want to talk to them about the health study. A really good question that I love, like if someone is interested in one of my posts and they're like, send me details, a really great question to get a response to is, have you heard about Juice Plus? So I'll message them and just be like, hey, thanks so much for your interest. I'm really excited to share with you a little bit about what I'm doing or what my post was about. Here's a short video. Have you heard of Juice Plus before? So end with a question so they have to respond. They feel obligated to respond back to you because the goal in your message is to create a conversation. So a lot of times what people find is they'll send somebody a message and they never hear from them again. And you're like, well, why didn't I hear from him? I'm like, well, what did you ask him? And they're like, I didn't ask him anything. And I was like, well, that's why. There's nothing for them to say back to you. You got to ask them something. So just really focus on creating the conversation.
All right. Anything else? Well, Alexis, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I greatly appreciate you pouring into my team. And everybody here, why don't you unmute yourself and thank her yourself? And then I will forward the information that she sends to me and make sure, is everybody here on Voxer? Everybody here? Because I can forward it through there. So thank you, Alexis. Everybody jump off. And
thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Dana.
guys.
Thank you so much.
All right. I'm gonna stop
All right,
recording.
thanks,